Let's break up this one into smaller steps and do it step by step. So for the first 30 minutes of her journey, her average speed was 40 miles per hour. Now we're doing distance against time. So after the first 30 minutes, that's going to take us to this point here. And going an average speed of 40, this is half an hour. We're going to go half of 40, which is going to give us 20. So we can plot that on here. We have 30 minutes and a distance of 20. Let's plot that on. And then the second point is telling us that she stops for 15 minutes. That must mean her distance isn't changing because she stopped. She's still. So after another 15 minutes, that takes us to 45. And then finally, she goes average speed of 60 miles an hour for the rest of the journey. And we're talking the total journey is 1 hour or 60 minutes, that is. We look at the graph and we see we've got another 15 minutes to go. So if we're going 15 minutes of 60 miles an hour, one useful fact to know, and that's that 60 miles an hour is 1 mile per minute because you have 60 minutes in an hour. If you're going 1 mile per minute, then you scale that up to 60. That's fine. So we know straight away that it's going to be another 15 miles. But if we didn't know that statistic, then we could use our distance, speed, and time formulas. So distance is equal to. Now, if you didn't know what this was, think about what changing both of the variables has. So if you increase the speed, you must go further. And if you increase the amount of time you're going for, you must go further as well. So if something increases it, that's going to be timesing. And if it decreases, that's going to be divide. So for example, if you try to find out speed, if you're taking longer, then that must be going slower. And if you're going further in the same amount of time, then that must be going quicker. So we can derive it that way. Also, you can think about it from from the unit. Miles per hour is miles, that's your distance, per, that means divide, and hours, that's your time. So if you can remember the unit miles per hour, then you know this formula. So distance is equal to speed times time. The time is 15 minutes. Now, if you didn't know that was quarter of an hour, we could put it as a fraction. So we could do 60 times by 15 out of 60. Okay, we're timesing and dividing by 60. That's just going to cancel out, and we're going to get 15. Or in doubt, just put that into a calculator. You will see that we do get 15 there. So at the moment, if we're at 20 miles, and we want to go another 15, that's going to take us up to this point here. And finally, we just want to get a ruler and sketch this up. So I'm going to sketch from here for all of those points. And there we go. There's our diagram. This is a write down question. That kind of signifies that we don't actually need to do much working out here. We can just simply do it without a calculation or with something we just really quickly do in our head. And that's because we've travelled an hour. The average speed must be 35 miles per hour. Because if we do 35 miles in 1 hour, then we're going to do 70 in 2 hours, etc. That's how far we've gone in an hour. That must be the speed we're going.